What's going on, everybody? Talking to nobody. I am currently what am I currently doing? I'm currently streaming, actually. But today I figured I haven't done a mock draft. I wanted to do one every week for the Seahawks. Didn't do one last week because I was kind of down. But this week I'm gonna do one. Actually, I'm gonna do quite a few here to make up for not doing one last week. So I'm gonna go through on PFF and do, a few mock drafts at least. And I'm gonna try out different scenarios. I also have the depth chart open here if I need to look at that. And I do have SpoTrack open so we could see our free agents. And maybe I should actually open it so we could see who becomes free agents next year for us to potentially sign. So I have that open. Cool. So I'm excited to go through and get kind of my first mock drafts of the season. I don't have any mock draft yet for the 2026 draft, but I've been doing quite a few of them, not on YouTube. Let's hop in here and see what we can do. So PFF has us at 15. I think we'll be picking a bit lower than this, but I'm just going to roll with it for now. Which I'm actually going to do, maybe next time I'm going to I did try a trade with the Giants for Dexter Lawrence. So I might end up trying that so that we could have a pure nose tackle. That would be nice. But looking at this at 15 here, there's some good options. There are. I don't think with how Sam Darnold performed in week 2, I don't know if I'm looking at QB right now. I think it's a possibility that we do if Darnold isn't great this year. But, what I saw from week 2, I was happy with. So I'm going to be steering away from QB in the first round and probably just altogether in this draft, just because, as of right now at least, just because, we have Milroe, just drafted him, and Drew Lock is also on this team next year, so it's not like we'll be in need of a backup. So I am perfectly fine just rolling with what we have at the quarterback position. Also, haven't really been taking a tight end early. We have Barner, who's our tight end 1, and Arroyo. And I think we could take a tight end in day 3, but I think taking one in the top 100 is just completely unnecessary. So I've had this in multiple mock drafts, and this is so hard. Francis Mauigoa falling to our pick, and it's really, really hard because we just extended Abe Lucas, and we can't trade him. We can't move off of him. I don't want to draft a right tackle in the first round if we have Abe Lucas on that big extension. So it's really tough. If he does fall to us, it's going to suck. There is a possibility I would do this. If he falls to us, I wouldn't pass on him. I would take him, play him at right guard, or if you want, play Abe Lucas at right guard. But play one of them. Play probably Mauigoa at right guard for a year or 2 and then move off of Lucas. You could trade him, get some value back, and then move Mauigoa over to right tackle. I don't typically like drafting guys and putting them in, out of position, but with a guy this talented, it's something you can do. Connor Liu is good. I like him, but I don't know if I want to spend a first-round pick on a center when there are guys in this draft that I like a lot later. You look at Jake Slaughter, we could get in the second. Parker Brailsford, I have not liked him at all this year. I don't like what he's doing. So he might be available in the third. Iapani Laulu. Lalaulu, I think it is. Iapani Lalaulu. I'll just call him Iapani. But I like him a lot. I think he is a really good high upside player. I do like Ola too. He has experience all over the interior. I think he's played at every position on the O-line. I really like him. But I'm not looking to take a first-round center. I don't think we need offensive line in the first round here. So really, offensively, I don't think we need to take any offensive player in the first round. I'm really looking at. I mean, if Jeremiah Love falls to us, you could go that route with K9 being a free agent, but I still think that's a wasted pick. I don't really like that. Wide receiver is really the only position that I would consider in the first round, and that's if we were in the mid to late 20s. I'd take Denzel Boston there if he's available. Mekhi Lemon, I do like. I don't know how well he'd fit for us in this offense, just because he is really a slot guy from what I've seen. And everyone else you can kind of get outside. I don't think Nick Harbor is going to come out. I would take him in the second if he did. I do like Bryce Lance a lot. He is a guy that I really like. He's got great size. But really, I think wide receiver, I'm good grabbing a guy in the third at the earliest. And then day 3, I think there are some good guys. Chase Roberts, who has dropped drastically. I think he's worthy of a late third, early fourth round pick. I like Chase Roberts a lot. He has great size. I really like him. I think he has great hands too. I don't know why they dropped him so much. That's a bit interesting to me. I haven't seen anything negative out of him. But I like Chase Roberts. I do. So really for me, offense isn't a position I'm targeting here. It is kind of an awkward spot because a lot of the defensive guys I like go earlier, like the edges, Keldrick Folk. I like Ruben Bain, maybe not for us because he's a bit undersized for us, I think. Jermon McCoy is really good. TJ Parker, Caleb Downs obviously isn't going to fall to us. So a lot of guys that I like go ahead of our pick, and then we're kind of stuck in this weird area where I almost always want to trade back. And like there's really no one here that I would love to grab defensively. AJ Harris I like, but not at 15. Dominique Orange, he is a nose tackle. He's very good, but again, not someone that I think I would take at number 15. He's kind of like a Tavondre Sweat in terms of where he should go in the draft, maybe in the 30s, 40s area. Caleb Lamu I like a lot, but we can't take O-line in the first, I don't think. I just don't see it as a possibility. Oh, I'm getting a notification to play my Wordle, but I'm not going to do that right now. Or should I? No, I'm not going to do that. So really, I'm kind of stuck here. On this mock here, I think Francis Mauigoa is the pick. I'm looking like Anthony Bradford, I like him, but if you have a chance at a talent like this, you got to jump all over it. And we could play him at right guard for a year or two and then move him over to the right tackle. Or if Abe Lucas gets injured again this year severely, you got to take Francis Mauigoa. Then this would be a great class. There are a lot of left tackles, not a ton of right tackles. In terms of right tackles, I love Francis Mauigoa. I really, really like Blake Miller. I think he's a really good guy. I would even draft him like now with Abe healthy, just because I like him so much. I think he's very high upside, and he's a solid backup. or a very solid backup. But right now, I'm going to go Francis Mauigoa, play him at right guard if Abe is healthy. If not, I mean, you have, even like with Abe, I might move off of Abe at this point, even if he stays healthy over the next couple of years, because you look at it, we gave him a 3-year extension. If he plays healthy this season and next season, let's say we play Francis Mauigoa at right guard for a year, and then Abe has, at that point, 2 years left on his deal. If he is healthy and playing at the level we know he could play at, we could trade Abe Lucas for maybe a first-round pick because of how good he can be, and then we can move Mauigoa to his natural position and have another franchise right tackle. I'm going to draft Mauigoa here. I think that is a no-brainer pick if we're not trading back. Now here we are picking at 47. Another somewhat awkward spot to be in, especially defensively. Our first 2 picks, I think, are just really awkward defensively. You got a lot of offensive linemen, a lot of receivers maybe. Not a lot of people on defense that I love taking. Sonny Styles is awesome, but we have 2 starting linebackers. If Tyrese Knight does take a step back, I am so on board drafting Sonny Styles and then having Knight as our third. But Jake Slaughter is a possibility. We did take Mauigoa to play right guard at this point, though, so I don't know if we can take right guard and center with the first 2 picks. I would do it, but I'm not sure that it's something that John would consider. Didn't mean to do that. John Mateer is fun, but I don't think he'll be here. So I'm looking at Sonny Styles as a possibility. I do like Jacoby Lane. He's really fun. Jacoby Lane could be a fun guy, but I mean, I like our receivers. Cooper Kupp is still going to be on this team after this year. We have JSN, obviously, Torrey Horton, Bobo, and although Bobo and Derek Young, let me check here. Bobo and Derek Young are free agents after this year. So looking at it that way, we will only have 3 wide receivers on the roster after this year. But right? Yes. Because we did just cut Cody White too. But yeah, I'm all over the place here. Yeah, I think cornerback is actually a position that we have to target heavily. Reek Woolen, free agent. Josh Jobe, free agent. Hopefully we re-sign Josh Jobe. If we don't, I think we're really stupid. I'm not on board with re-signing Reek at this point. And you look at how Mansour Delane has played. Mansour Delane is good, man. He is really good. I think he's a borderline first-round pick. If he keeps playing the way he is now, he is absolutely going to be a first-round pick. I really liked him last year, and that is exactly how I feel this year. He's really good. If we could get him at 47, that would be an absolute steal. So that is an option for me. So really, it's between Sonny Styles down here, Jake Slaughter, and Mansour Delane. I don't think taking a safety is an option. Kobe Bryant is a free agent, but we'll have Nick Emanwari step into a starting safety role, and then at that point, you just really need a third safety, which you can get in free agency or, later in the draft. So there's really no one that's moving me. I do like Dante Corleone a lot. Where is he? I passed by him. I love Dante Corleone. But there are some, I'd rather not grab him mid-second. I'd rather maybe get Tim Keenan in the 3rd or 4th. And, or there's some guys that I like later. Like where are we? DeMonte Capehart. I like him at nose tackle for us. I think he's an option. in day 3. I also like, where is he? Gary Smith the third. He's about 340 pounds and just, he's not a pass rusher. He's basically Jonathan Hankins a couple years ago. Like he's just a big body. He's gonna stop the run. I believe Brandon Cleveland is a nose tackle as well. I haven't looked too much into him, but he is another option. But I do like Gary Smith as maybe a UDFA target. Whoops, I just accidentally opened Steam. 3 hour welcome in. I think Delane ends up being CV1 by the time draft comes around. I think that's a very real possibility. I look at the corners in this class, and I really like Avion Terrell, but he doesn't move me as like really a cornerback that I'm comfortable taking in the mid first range here. I like Dalen Everett a lot, but that's another guy that I don't know as of right now if he's worth the first round pick grading that a lot of people are giving to him. I like Jermon McCoy, but really Dalen Everett is just so good, man. Mansour Delane is so good. That was a mistake. Mansour Delane is really so good. Man, I don't see, if he keeps playing this way, I don't see how he doesn't get CB1. I agree with you completely. So Mansour Delane, I think at this point is going to be my pick. If he is still here, he's awesome, and he's perfect for the scheme. I like him a lot. Let's take Mansour Delane there, and he could be our starting boundary corner there. Now here we are in the third round. Denis Dennis Sutton, I don't think he'll be here. If he is, then that's awesome. I'll be pumped. But I don't know if it's a possibility that he is here. Jaden Roberts is someone I like, but after taking Maui Goa, I don't think we could draft another right guard here. Deion Burks is fun. He is fun. Gabe Jacobs is someone that I was looking at a lot last year. I think he's a very good pass rusher. Maybe a bit one-dimensional, which we kind of have that with Derek Hall. He did take a step forward last game, but I'm not sure I'm comfortable taking a one-dimensional player in the top 100 here. So this is a point I might actually look to trade back. I do like Bryce Lance a lot. I talked about him. I think this is a place that I might look to take a step, trade back. You could look at maybe taking a left guard in this draft and moving Zabel to center, but he's looked good to me. I don't know if I want to move him if he's playing well at that position. So for a trade back, we have the Ravens here. We would be able to trade back to the late third. We could pick up pick 130, which gives us a late fourth and then maybe a future pick. Or we could maybe try to move up just slightly from like 143 let's try to get to 143 from 179. So I like that. Let's send that trade through. We got an extra pick. We moved up a little bit. I like where we're sitting now. I think it's possible that we need to take 2 corners in this draft if we don't re-sign Job. Even if we do, look at our corners. I mean, we have Woolen as a free agent, and Darion Kendrick is a free agent. He played very well. I think Shaq Griffin is a free agent, and we haven't seen much from Nehemiah Pritchett, so I'm not sure how comfortable I feel with rolling into 2026 with Nehemiah Pritchett as the first guy off the bench. Because in this scenario, you would have Mansour Delane and Josh Jobe as your boundaries, because I'm assuming we re-sign him. And then who do you have? Look at the Seahawks corners here. We have Nehemiah Pritchett, and that's it. I'm not sure. I'm not sure we can get through this draft without taking 2 corners, unless we make a splash move in free agency. Let's look and see what cornerbacks are available in 2026. Yikes. Yikes, man. This is, Roger McCreary, I like him. I think that could be a good signing. Alante Taylor, I think he's been good. But these are guys that are probably going to cost quite a bit. Yeah, there's no one here that's swaying me heavily. Bring back Rocky Sin. Yeah. So no real star corner. If we wanted to bring in like an Eric Stokes, maybe Mike sees the potential there. I don't know. No one that's jumping out at me. Nick Anderson, let's talk about him. He's very good. He's a very good receiver. Oh my God, they have Lawson Lucky here? How is that possible? Wait a minute. That doesn't make any sense. Last year, Oscar Delp was supposed to be like tight end 1, and then Lawson Lucky came out of nowhere and was just like vastly outplaying him in every single way. So I don't get that. One guy I do like, Luke Haas. I do really like him. I think he's a solid blocker. He's kind of like a AJ Barner light. I really like him. He's a solid blocker. He can, run some routes decently well. Pretty good red zone target. I like him. So that's maybe a UDFA or a day 3 guy that we could look at. All right. So here, traded back, and who is available? We could look at getting a receiver. I'm going to look here at corner. We could double dip at corner, and Davison Igbinosun is someone I really like. Woo! I like Davison Igbinosun a lot. Thaddeus Dixon is someone that I like too. I'm hoping he can step it up a little bit in terms of just contributing against the run. Takario Davis is fun. He's someone I could definitely see us grabbing in the 4th, maybe. Let's look at what position here. There's no one in the interior. I do like Davion Carter a lot, though. As a right guard, I think he's very he might be the best run blocking right or pass blocking right guard I've ever seen. Like, watching his tape, he is very, very good. Like, I like him. Let's see. Yeah, at this point, we're like running back with K9 being a free agent. We could take running back, but I'd rather just grab someone in UDFA, have Holani be number 2. But yeah, I do want to point out Davion Carter because I really, really like him. He is, I don't know if I've seen many right guards pass block as well as him. So I'm looking here. This is another rough spot to be in. Derek Moore is a possibility. I think we need edge with Boye and Nwosu both being free agents here. I think we're gonna have to. They have Leonard Williams listed as edge. Interesting. But yeah, I think we definitely have to take an edge in maybe the first 4 rounds here. But man, it's hard. This edge group is really top heavy. Once you get out of top half of the first round. There's no one that I really love. Really, Cassius Howell is fun. I do like him, but his size just isn't. He's not big enough. I don't think for a Mike McDonald defense. We need a. I think we do need a speed guy. If Nwosu is going to walk, and he should walk. So here, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look at nose tackle at this point, just because there's no one on the board that I'm super thrilled about. Tim Keenan is fun. Hasn't played a game this year, but he's had 2 really good years. So if he falls to this point, we need a nose tackle. I'm going to take him here. Okay, an update on Wu. MRI showed minor inflammation on Brian Wu's pec muscle. Dan Wilson said the team won't know for another 24 to 48 hours whether he'll need an IL stint. All right. Well, that might not be good. I'm hoping he doesn't miss any time. But, all right. So now sitting at 115, I'm going to look to maybe double dip in the corner room. Davison Igbinosun is fun. Xavier Scott, I haven't looked much into him, but I don't think he's a good enough zone player for what we need in Mike's defense. Takario Davis, man, I might take a shot at him. I mean, he could be the Reek Woolen replacement with his size. He's very, very, very nicely sized. Yeah, I think at this point, Takario Davis is an option. You know what I am going to do, though? I'm going to go and grab a wide receiver. Chase Roberts, big-bodied X-receiver, which we need desperately. Give me that guy right there. And now I'm going to take Takario Davis at pick 130. So we have Mansour Lane as our 1, Job as our 2, and then Takario Davis can be our 3. That's good. I really like that. And Takario Davis can be more of maybe a developmental piece here for Mike. I like that a lot. Now I'm going to look probably to grab an edge here. There's no one, once we get past, like I said, there's this pretty big drop off in guys. I do like Patrick Payton, but another guy I think might not really fit this defense well. We have DeMarcus Lawrence and Derek Hall kind of as our power edges right now, and Mike Morris. Although, is he a free agent? No, he's still got 1 year left. But yeah, I like Ben Bell. He is someone I do like. We need a speed guy. I like Jack Pyburn. Just guys that I would maybe grab in UDFA. No one that's really jumping out at me as a possible edge, and that's the problem with this class. It's very rough. So now at this point, I might look on the interior. And here is where I would either grab Iapani or Ola. It'd be cool to have an Olu and an Ola. But Ola is awesome. Left guard mostly, but he has experience everywhere on the O-line. Very, very good pass blocker. I like him a lot. And at this point, he is someone that I think could be a very good left guard in this league. I think he'll probably move up into the top 100, honestly, after this year, pending, a healthy season. But if he is available, he's a guy I'd love to grab. We could have a good backup left guard, or move Zabel to center, and then try Ola at left guard, or try Ola at center. Iapani is really fun too. I like him as a potential center. Also has experience everywhere around the interior, but Man, Ola is just so versatile. He's so good. I'm going to take him here, and he's a really good backup swing guard for us. Now here, we're sitting here at 154. At this point, we've addressed right guard / right tackle. We've gotten a backup left guard or center. We've gotten a cornerback 1 and a first corner off the bench. We've gotten our big X receiver and a nose tackle. So at this point, this can kind of be a luxury pick. I think really the only need at this point would be edge. I do think the only big need would be edge here. So I think I'm going to look at safety now with Kobe Bryant being a free agent. Really at safety, we got Julian Love and Emanwari. And then who's our third? Maybe DeAnthony Bell, but he's a free agent. So who is our third? We got Ty Okada and Jarek Reed. Yeah, I wanna address this here. And Xavier Nwangpa is really good, I think. He's someone that contributes a lot against the run. He definitely whiffs quite a bit in coverage. I'm not a huge fan of his coverage abilities, but he's someone that's a very, very good special teamer. He's really athletic. I like him. I think he's someone that I wouldn't mind taking here. Jordan Castell, also someone I like, just with his size. Where else could I look here? I mean, you could look at running back here, or tight end. Jack Velling is someone that people like a lot. I'm not sure why. There's no real tight ends here that I don't think we could get in UDFA, or that I think we couldn't get in UDFA. So at this point, I don't think tight end is an option. Running back, we could go with a running back here. I like Tyrion Stewart a lot, but really we're looking for Hollywood Smothers. We're looking for a canine replacement, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do that in this draft unless we grab Jonah Coleman in the second, and that's not something I want to do right now. If the run game really gets going and canine is going to be too expensive, then yes, draft Jonah Coleman. But I don't know how I feel about taking a running back too early. I think at this point, linebacker is a position you have to look at as a backup, because we have Tyrese Knight and Ernest Jones, and then no backups because Drake Thomas and Chaz Surratt are free agents. Sammy Omosigo is a guy I've taken a lot. I really, really like his game, and he would be a great linebacker 3. Someone I've been talking about since mid-college football season last year, Eric Gentry. His size is tremendous. 6'6", 225. He's awesome. He is so athletic at this position. He's so flexible for someone of his size too. I really, really like Eric Gentry. He's someone that I would love to see on this team. But I'm gonna look to grab Sammy Omosigo. Really good linebacker 3. If one of our guys misses time, which they have to, then I'm very happy with that there. Him stepping in for a game or two. Now looking at safety, here's where I'm going to take Xavier. Didn't want to take him too early, but I like Xavier, really good special teamer, and he's going to be, hopefully, can work his way into our third safety role. Hopefully we sign someone in free agency. And so that's going to be this first draft here. Let me download it. We got Maui Goa to be our franchise right tackle and right guard for now. Mansour Delane is our top boundary corner. Tim Keenan can be our starting nose tackle. Chase Roberts is our big-bodied X receiver. Takario Davis can be our first boundary corner off the bench. Well, maybe battle it out with Nehemiah Pritchett. Ola Ione is maybe our backup left guard if we keep Zabel at left guard. Could be our starting left guard if we move Zabel to center. Could be our starting center if we keep Zabel at left guard and we want a competition. He could do a lot. I really like him here. He could just be a really good backup all around, or he could compete for a job. Sammy Obosigo, linebacker 3. Great to have that backup there. And Xavier Nwankpa, really good special teamer. Really good tackler. Really good against the run. I like him as someone that can maybe line up in the slot. Awesome. Now we're going to do... Did I download it? I don't remember. I did. Okay. Now, let's do a new mock draft. And now I'm going to play around with that idea of trading for Dexter Lawrence. So we're going to do that here. PFF doesn't value Dexter Lawrence as highly as everybody else. I think last year, didn't the Vikings offer like 2 first-rounders and a player for Dexter Lawrence, and the Giants turned it down? I think it was like 2 firsts and a third for Dexter Lawrence and a second, maybe. I don't know. But they turned it down. So I'm going to offer up 15 and a future second for Lawrence and a third. We could throw Jaron Reed in this trade, but they don't have Jaron Reed on here, which is weird. So I'm going to offer this trade, and we're going to get Dexter Lawrence on the Seahawks for a first and a second. And now we're going to be picking at 47 here. And at this point, we got a nose tackle. We got the best nose tackle in the league. So at this point, I don't know if I necessarily need to dip at on defense as heavily, or we could just try to go overboard here. But I'm going to take Jake Slaughter at this point to be our starting center. And then looking here, I'm going to double dip. Jaden Roberts, come be our starting right guard. Boom. O-line complete. And now we're set, dude. I'm going to look at corner here. This is another spot I could take Takario Davis. But I don't like doing the same one multiple times. I think Boubacar Traore is a possibility. You know, he's had trouble staying healthy in his career, but he has the tools, and this is a guy we could take a swing on. Jayshon Barnum I do like as a potential backup, but he could play some snaps at the edge as well. So this is a guy that I do like. This might actually be my pick here, is Jayshon Barham to be our linebacker 3, but also maybe get some snaps as a pass rusher. I like this. I like this pick here. I'm gonna go ahead and grab that. Now, Takario Davis still on the board. This is a no-brainer. Give me Takario Davis here. And now I think we probably need to address... I mean, we don't need to address any position, but here probably have to dip again at corner. I do like Josh Moten a lot. Really, really talented guy. Here I might look at wide receiver. And Deuce Robinson is great. So is Trevor Penna, but I think he might be too much of a slot guy for us. I do like Eric McAllister a lot. He's really fun. We could probably get him later on. I think I'm gonna grab Deuce Robinson here. He's a man. I don't know. RJ Maryland too is available. He's fun. I don't know if I'm going to take receiver here. I might look at running back. Darius Taylor is fun. I'm going to take Darius Taylor here. We lose K9 this offseason, so Darius Taylor could be a good grab there. And here I'm going to double dip at corner. Josh Moten goes off the board, unfortunately. Daniel Harris is someone I like. Great size. Jair Hill is fun. I could... I could also look at wide receiver here. Could also look at wide receiver here with Pena. I don't know. I think I'm gonna go Jair Hill here, out of Michigan. Get 2 corners on this roster here. Why is it doing that? All right, this one I like a lot because we get Dexter Lawrence as our nose tackle, and that D-line is insane. We have Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams, Byron Murphy, Jaron Reed, who's not going to get any snaps now. We have Boye Mafe, hopefully, DeMarcus Lawrence, Derek Hall, maybe another edge we sign in free agency. And then this O-line is also very good. We are winning the trench battle on both sides of the ball with Charles Cross, Gray Zabel, Jake Slaughter, Jaden Roberts, and Abe Lucas. I mean, that O-line is awesome. What a transformation from how it was just a year ago. And Jayshawn Barham can be an edge, if we slightly undersized edge, or our linebacker 3, both. Takario Davis would probably be thrust into that Reek Woolen role where he's a day 3 guy, but starting day 1. But I don't mind that for him. Darius Taylor would be our RB2 behind Sharb, I believe, unless Halani takes that role. Jair Hill, another boundary corner that I really like, and just great depth there. Now let's take another one. Let's do another mock here. I'm probably going to do one more here. This will probably be my last mock. And let's see who is on the board here. Now here, this is a scenario where I think I might do a trade back in the first. Commanders don't have a second round pick, which I would love to get. But we could always get this third here. We could try for multiple there. But I'd rather get that second round pick if we're moving back to the 20s, you know. So trade with the Bucks and pick up pick 56. I like that. Let's move back to 24. And now we're on the clock here. Connor Liu is available. That's interesting. But you know who's also available? Denzel Boston. I mean, Denzel Boston is DK Metcalf. JSN is JSN. And then Torrey Horton is your Tyler Lockett. I mean, come on, man. Like, that is a hell of a receiving group there. I'm going to go with Denzel Boston here. Like, yeah, year 1, I think it would be Cooper Kupp is playing your slot mainly. Although he's been playing outside. JSN has been playing outside a lot too. So at this point, you could have Denzel Boston as your boundary and then have JSN move back to the slot and maybe be, you know, equally effective. And then have Kupp on the outside, share probably at his age, splitting snaps with Torrey Horton. I'm going to take Denzel Boston here. Got that big X receiver. Now we're here at 47. This is where I'm going to take Sonny Styles here. He would start next to Ernest Jones. And Tyrese Knight can be, or we could honestly play him a lot at edge. He is someone that is a very, very good pass rusher and a very versatile piece. So he's someone that we could have as a third linebacker, just, you know, send him on a blitz a lot. But I like Sonny Styles. Great grab here. Really good pass rusher. And now at 56, this is where I think I'm going to grab Dante Corleone to be our nose tackle here. We need a nose tackle desperately. Let's grab him. Let's plug up the middle of the defensive line, and boom, we're good. Now here we've grabbed a receiver. We've grabbed a linebacker who can also play edge. and we've grabbed a nose tackle. Now at this point, where do we go? I think I think at this point, this is kind of an awkward position. If Denis Dennis Sutton is on the board here, I mean, that's a no-brainer. And you know what? I'm going to act like he is on the board. At 79, let's grab Denis Dennis Sutton to be one of our edges. And there we go. Now, pick 115. I'm not going to act like Mansour Delane is here. Let's see. We're going heavily into the defense, and I think that's going to continue here. I think taking a corner is something we have to do. I don't know. Bud Clark is fun. As a third safety, he's really fun. Man. And he could play slot. You know what? I'm actually going to maybe reach a little bit. I'm going to take Bud Clark here to be our third safety. I really like that. And now I'm going to take another corner, or I will take a corner here in Josh Moten. He has tremendous athleticism, great skills. I love him. I love Josh Moten. Developmental guy for sure. But if we retain Job, maybe grab someone in free agency. Or maybe you keep Spoon on the outside and have Bud Clark play in the nickel. I'm going to draft Josh Moten here to be a developmental corner for us. And now here, we're probably going to go back to the offense after taking 5 defensive guys. I'm going to look at taking Iapani here at center, compete for that starting spot. Maybe, maybe Sundel did really well. Or you could have Iapani compete for center and maybe move Sundel to right guard. Or, Bradford's been playing very well. But I'm going to take Iapani here at center. And then back to the offense, I'm going to go. Could look at another wide receiver. But I think I'm going to look at tight end here. We've kind of avoided tight end a lot. I think Josh Cuevas is someone that I like, maybe as a UDFA guy. But I'm going to go, I talked about him before, Luke Hasz. I like Luke Hasz, he's AJ Barner light. I'm going to draft him here in the 6th round, and he would be our tight end 3. So this is probably my favorite draft here. We're able to trade back and pick up a 2nd round pick. We get Denzel Boston to be our X receiver. Sonny Styles could be a starting linebacker or be our LB3, maybe behind Tyrese Knight. Maybe you're looking to have Styles and Tyrese Knight be your linebackers of the future, and you let Ernest go after his contract is up. Or Tyrese Knight he is injured now, but he has taken a slight step back. So maybe you want to have Sonny Styles there. But we do have 2 edges that are free agents, Nwosu and Boye Mafe. Sonny Styles can take some of those edge snaps, even though you did draft another edge. Dante Corleone shores up that nose tackle position. He should be good for 4 years at least. And we should be able to play Murphy at 3-tech, which is awesome. Denis Dennis Sutton, he's a really, really powerful edge. I like him. And if he's available in the 3rd, you got to jump all over that, man. Bud Clark can play nickel and deep and in the box. Yeah. But, yeah, I like Bud Clark a lot. This might be a slight reach. I don't think so, but some people might think it's a slight reach. But he could be our 3rd safety. I really like him. And we need a 3rd safety if we don't bring Kobe back. Josh Moten, boundary corner, developmental guy for sure. Did I download this? I don't know. Developmental guy for sure, but I think after a year or 2, he could end up being a starter. Iapani competes at center. Maybe Sundel moves over to right guard, or we're set at right guard with Bradford. Luke Hasz, just our tight end 3 or 4. We do seem to like Nick Callerup and Brady Russell, but Luke Hasz can be tight end 3 maybe with Saubert being gone. So I'm happy with this. All right, that is going to do it for today, guys. Just wanted to hop in and give out some mock drafts. So that's going to do it. I will see y'all tomorrow for the Seahawks Saints game, which I will be streaming live. So hope y'all enjoyed. See y'all later.